Calling the Colorado Astronomy Net, calling the Colorado Astronomy Net. This is KI0AR. My name is Bernice, and I'll be your net control for this evening's Colorado Astronomy Net. Just a reminder, the 3-minute timeout function is still in effect, so during long transmissions, please allow the repeater systems to reset themselves. Also, please use the word break for emergency or priority traffic. If there is any emergency or priority traffic, please go ahead now. Okay, nothing heard. Apologies for a little late start, and then we were even later because there was someone with an open mic out there in the system, and I had to wait for several more minutes for the system to clear itself. So we're now getting started. This net meets every Tuesday night at 7 p.m. Mountain Time, 0100 Zulu on Wednesdays to discuss topics of an astronomical nature, what's up in the night skies for the week, any other special events that may be of interest to the amateur radio astronomy enthusiasts around the world. Also, this is one of the few nets where your check-in does count. I tally up the numbers and send them off to JPL at the end of each month. Counts as part of their outreach to the general public, of which we are a part, so all check-ins are definitely appreciated. I take check-ins several. Okay, this is KI0AR net control. I'm seeing something squirrely over on the dashboard. Jack, if you're still listening, I've seen my thing kick in and out, so I'm not sure exactly what's going on. Would you give me a radio check? KE0VH, this is KI0AR.
You're sounding good here, Bernice, at V7SS.
All right, Ken. Yeah, I'm just watching the SkyHub dashboard here, and I saw it. Wait a second, I'm talking, but it doesn't look like I'm transmitting. So I don't know what's going on. But it looks like I'm transmitting now. So I'll go back to what I was talking about. I take check-ins several ways. If you have NetLogger, I'll get you on the list through that system. I just see your call sign pop up in the AIM window, and you can definitely say hey. And most of you are regulars, but if you're not and you're using NetLogger for the first time, you can let me know that you're checking in, so do appreciate that. Take them over on YouTube. We're broadcasting over on YouTube tonight. So I got a few call signs over there that I am definitely familiar with. So I'll get you guys logged in as well. And we already got 10 people hooking up for, well, there we go. A few more, there we go. Let's see, so I'll take them, let's see, I'll take them via email as well. And you can send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Let me know you're out there and listening. For those of you who are on YouTube that do not have a call sign, if you could at least post a name and a location. A first name is fine. For those of you who have call signs, I've already got you guys on the list to see that in your comments, so do appreciate that. If you're new to the net and you have a call sign, but it's not readily apparent over there in the chat, if you post that, I'll get you logged into NetLogger there. I'll go ahead and acknowledge all these check-ins in just a moment. I'll let the repeater systems reset. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, I'm going to go ahead and acknowledge those check-ins I already have, and then I'll take them over the air. We got John, W2JLS, thanks for checking in tonight. Ken, NV7SS, thanks for checking in tonight. Randall, AE7RJ, thanks for checking in tonight. Moy, N5ZIQ, thanks for checking in tonight. Ed, W6RDZ, thanks for checking in tonight. Jack, KE0VH, thanks for checking in tonight. David, WE8M, thanks for checking in tonight. Graham, over on YouTube, thanks for checking in tonight. MM1DEA. Thanks for checking in tonight. Mike, KO5AOK over on YouTube, thanks for checking in tonight. John, KJ7AGQ over on YouTube, thanks for checking in tonight. And Doug, KM7DWB, thanks for checking in tonight. Okay, Steve, and okay, Steve, you've checked in before. Did you have a call sign? I can't remember. Let me make sure. Let me see what I got. All right, Steve R. Steve Robolino, we got you on the list, so thanks for checking in tonight. All right, okay. I'm getting all kinds of typos here. There we go. Thanks for checking in tonight. Let's see. I'll go ahead and I'm looking for anybody else. Nope, nobody else. So there you go. I'll go ahead and begin taking check-ins over the air. Anyone wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Foxtrot 0, Victor X-Ray Oscar, Kilo Foxtrot 0, Victor X-Ray Oscar, Martin Crooks. Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Foxtrot Sierra. Kilo Charlie 0, Echo Foxtrot Sierra.
Okay, let's pause there. We had a double right at the end. Mark, KF0VXO, thanks for checking in tonight. Bruce, KC0EFS, thanks for checking in tonight. Roy, you won that double only because it took you a little longer, and I heard the PKL. KI7PKL, thanks for checking in tonight. The other station that doubled with Roy, if you'd come back again with your call sign phonetically twice, I'll get you on the list.
Kilo Zero Bravo Fox at Kilo Zero Bravo Foxtrot.
Okay, Kilo Zero Bravo Foxtrot. Phil, at least that's what I have down. Is that right? Kilo Zero Bravo Foxtrot. It's showing as Dustin, so over there, and it's showing Phil in my log. So if you give me which one I need to put down in the net logger there. Bravo Foxtrot, would you come back with your call again and a first name? I'll get you on the list. Go ahead.
Kilo Zero Bravo Foxtrot. Kilo Zero
Got that.
Bravo Foxtrot. Dustin Stodham.
Okay, Dustin, I got you on the list. Yeah, I just want to make sure my my database says something different, so I must have messed up somewhere in that. So I will correct that and make sure I get you in my database correct, because I have a big old database, so I know who's new and who's not. And I know you checked in before, so I apologize for that. Dustin, we got you on the list. K0BF. Let's see. And we got, who do we got? We got Mike, KE2FTG. Mike, thanks for checking in over on YouTube. Appreciate that. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to get into the quick announcements. I'll look for check-ins a little bit later on. I'm going to get into the announcements and then the local astronomical news, and then I'll get some more check-ins. If you are monitoring YouTube there, you can post and yet I don't have you on the list yet. You can post over there, or if you have NetLogger, I'll see your call pop up and I'll get you logged in that way as well. I publish a monthly astronomy newsletter via email and the World Wide Web. If you wish to subscribe to the email version of my newsletter, please send me an email to ki0ar@ki0ar.com and request to be put on the list. Or you may visit the website at www.ki0ar.com/astro.html. And at the top of the web page is also a spot where you may submit your email address and get subscribed to the email version of the newsletter as well. If you don't want to remember all that, just Google my call sign, KI0AR. You'll find a whole bunch of links, including links to the newsletter and the web page. I also volunteer with a youth group called the International Association for Astronomical Studies, a youth group that meets out in Strasburg, Colorado on Friday evenings from 6 until 8 p.m. Always looking for new members, freshmen through senior high school age students interested in astronomy, amateur radio, high power rocketry, remote control aircraft flying, full scale aircraft construction, archaeoastronomy, radio astronomy, and balloon launch communications. More than welcome to visit our website at iaas.org for more information. Also, the IAAS has their call sign, which is K0AAS. We're hoping to be active for field day, so listen out for that coming up. The IAAS also has a presence on Facebook, so if you happen to have Facebook, be sure to hop on there and like us, like them, and also the Colorado Astronomy Net also has a Facebook page, so be sure to hop on there and like us both. Oh, let's see. On Mondays and Wednesdays, Jack, KE0VH, hosts his flight sim, his twice weekly flights, his flight simming there. Captain Jack Flight Sim, CAPNJACKFLTSIM. You can check that out from 6:30 until whenever he lands. He's actually prepping for tomorrow's flight as he listens to the net tonight. So it's always fun to sit in and fly with him. And Jack, if you're listening, I do apologize for not being able to get on there last night. I'll try. We'll see what we can do. Maybe Monday or tomorrow night. We'll see. But always fun to hop on there. Lots of flight simmers and amateur radio operators listening in as well, and people that just like to hang out with Jack. There you go. And that's it for the announcements. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and get into the local astronomical news for this second week of June. This, let's see, today, June 9th, oh my gosh, it would have been my parents' 70th anniversary today, which makes me legal, so there you go. Start off as usual with the phases of the moon. We had a last quarter moon yesterday. We got a new moon coming up on the 14th, first quarter moon on the 21st, and a full moon on the 29th. The moon was at apogee, its farthest point away from the Earth this month, back on the 1st. It was 222,504 miles from Earth. The moon will be at perigee, its closest approach to the Earth this month, on the 14th. It will be 221,952 miles from Earth. The moon will be at apogee again on the 28th, but not quite as far away. By actually less than 100 miles. It'll be 252,441 miles from Earth. Planetary highlights for June. Mercury reaches greatest elongation in the evening sky this month. And that means it's going to be about as high as it's going to get in the evening sky. I'll tell you about that in just a minute. Venus and Jupiter have a spectacular conjunction, and later in the month, the moon occults Venus. Meanwhile, Jupiter drops deeper into twilight as it sinks toward next month's conjunction with the sun. The morning sky hosts ever more prominent Saturn, while Mars and Uranus meet Taurus. Excerpt is from Astronomy Magazine, June 2026, page 26. And in fact, you may want to go out there and check out Venus and Jupiter. They are within 1.6 degrees of each other tonight. So if you have a clear sky, that's just a little over 3 full moon widths. distant Venus is just north of Jupiter, so it's sitting up over, yeah, just north, so it's actually towards the right. If you're looking at it as it's setting in the western sky. So take a look at Jupiter and Venus. They're actually at their closest tonight, so there you go. On with the planets. Mercury will be at its greatest eastern elongation, or about 25 degrees east of the sun on the 15th, which actually means that is, it's going to be as high as it's going to get in the western sky on that particular day. So if you were to look at the sun at noon, east is obviously to the left of the sun, while west is to the right as you're looking at it. And so when I say it's at eastern elongation, that it means it's to the right of the sun. So the sun is actually leading Mercury, and Mercury is trailing the sun when it is in eastern elongation. When it's west, it is going to be as high as it's going to get in the eastern sky. A little confusing, but that's the best way I can figure out how to explain it. Mercury will be stationary on the 28th, meaning that it neither appears to move forward nor backward relative to the background skies. Mercury is setting about 10:15 p.m. This week. Mercury is visible in the western sky about 30 minutes after sunset. Mercury is in the constellation of Gemini, shining at magnitude 0.5 on the 15th. A quick tutorial on magnitudes. The magnitude scale is an inverse logarithmic scale, meaning as the magnitudes increase, the apparent brightness of an object decreases by a factor of about 2.5. The dimmest object that the human eye can see is around 6th magnitude. So a 5th magnitude object is 2.5 times brighter than a 6th magnitude, while a 7th magnitude object is 2.5 times dimmer. You will definitely need a telescope or binoculars to see those objects with magnitudes any greater than 6. Actually, if you're near a city, anything greater than 4, you'll probably need binoculars or a telescope to spot. But even with the bright ones, definitely point your binoculars and telescopes towards those bright objects and pull out the details. Venus is setting about 11 p.m. This evening, about 11:05, just a few minutes after 11. Look for Venus to the west about 30 minutes after sunset. Venus moves from the constellation of Gemini into Leo, shining at magnitude -4.0. I think right now Venus is the brightest object in the evening sky. And coming up with the Earth, we have the summer solstice occurring at 4:25 a.m. Eastern Daylight Time on the 21st. So we've got another couple of weeks until summer officially starts for the northern hemisphere. We got Mars. Mars is rising about 3:45 a.m. This week. Look for Mars to the east in the morning about 30 minutes before sunrise. Mars moves from the constellation of Aries into Taurus, shining at magnitude 1.3. And then we got Jupiter. Jupiter is setting just a few minutes, well, actually about just a few minutes before Venus at 10:56 p.m. Tonight. So that's just about 9 minutes. It's setting about 9 minutes ahead of Venus tonight. So try to get a glimpse of Jupiter and Venus together in the evening sky. By the time the sun sets, Jupiter is in the southwestern sky, rapidly approaching the horizon. Jupiter moves from the constellation of Gemini into Cancer, shining at magnitude minus 1.8. So Jupiter is a solid 2 magnitudes dimmer than Venus, so a little over 5 times, well, 2.5 times 2.5. Oh, whatever that turns out to be. I can't do that so quickly in my head. 25 times 25. There you go. Well over 2 magnitudes dimmer, so look at the brightness between those two. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Continuing, Saturn. Saturn is rising about 2:20 a.m. This week. Look for Saturn towards the southeast in the morning sky before sunrise. Saturn is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 0.8. Then we got Uranus. Uranus is rising about 4:30 a.m. This week. Look for Uranus to the east in the morning sky before sunrise. Uranus is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 5.8. And then we got Neptune. Neptune is rising about 2 a.m. this week. Look for Neptune towards the southeast in the morning sky before sunrise. Neptune is in the constellation of Pisces, shining at magnitude 7.8. There you go, boy. 6.25 times brighter. There we go. That's what I'm looking for. Somebody else that can do math. There we go. Continuing on with the dwarf planets. We got Ceres rising about 4:55 a.m. this week. Ceres can be spotted very low to the east in the morning sky before sunrise. Actually, Ceres is going to be very, very difficult to spot because by the time you need to give it, it has to be you need to give them about a half an hour to get above the horizon to spot. And unfortunately, with Ceres rising around 5 a.m. and the sun rising at about 5:30 a.m., you're not going to see Ceres for a little while. So, however, Ceres is in the constellation of Taurus, shining at magnitude 8.9. Yeah, you definitely won't see it. It's way too close to the sun right now. Pluto is rising about 11:30 p.m. This week. Pluto can be spotted to the south before sunrise. Actually, the best time to spot Pluto is when it is as high as it's going to get. So give it 4 or 5 hours to rise and get into the morning sky. Probably about 4 a.m. or thereabouts would be a good time to see if you could spot Pluto. Pluto is in the constellation of Capricornus, shining at magnitude 15.1. As always, good luck at spotting Neptune, Ceres, and Pluto. A large telescope and dark skies will be needed. Despite what the Astronomy magazine said in their meteor showers column this month, there are a few, actually 4 meteor showers, 2 of which could be very important to those of us amateur radio operators. I'm just going to start off with the Oriatids meteor shower. This is the strongest daylight meteor shower of the year. The duration extends from May 22nd to July 2nd, with maximum activity that occurring on June 8th. That was yesterday. The hourly rate is near 60 at maximum. So it's still near its peak. If you hear some strange noises or pings or something like that while operating in the VHF or VHF bands or 6-meter bands or somewhere in there. Now's the time that you might want to try some meteor scatter communications with these daylight meteor showers. We got the June lyrids. This shower is active during June 10th to 21st, producing predominantly blue and white meteors at a maximum hourly rate of 8 per hour on June 15th. So those are starting right now in the evening and early morning skies. The average magnitude of this shower is near 3, while 32% of the meteors leave trains. So right now, we just passed third quarter. So actually, nighttime observing of meteor showers is actually fairly good right now. You only have to deal with a crescent moon in the early morning hours, and that will be a waning crescent. So if you're up early in the morning, check out for some of the June lyrids. The Zeta Perseids. This daylight shower occurs during May 20th to July 5th. Maximum occurs on June 13th, so that's upcoming this Friday. Radar surveys have revealed the activity of this shower to be near 40 per hour. So this week is optimal for trying to do some of that meteor scour or just meteor scatter or listening in for some of those anomalies on the radio bands. The June Boutids. This shower is currently active during June 27th to July 5th and possesses a maximum activity that falls on June 28th. The shower is notable in that its meteors are primarily faint with an average magnitude near 5. However, bright meteors do occur regularly. So this is one you'll have to get away from the city to see if you can spot some of these dimmer boutids towards the end of the month. So, all right. There, we got a comet. Comet 10P Temple, or Temple 2, is shining around 8th to 7th magnitude, so it may brighten a little bit. Passing through the constellations of Aquila, the Eagle, and Aquarius. So that one is going to be, sometime in the near to late evening for that one. Kind of low, but it's going to be tricky to spot. You'll definitely need some directions to find that one. And that is it for the local astronomical news. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and pause here for anyone else wishing to check into tonight's net. Anyone else wishing to check into tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Oscar Mike. That's Kilo Juliet 5, Juliet Oscar Mike. Bob in North Texas next. This is Kilo Alpha 3, Uniform Foxtrot Victor. Kilo Alpha 3, Uniform Foxtrot Victor, Sean in Arvada, Colorado.
Okay, Bob, we got you on the list. KJ5JOM, thanks for checking in tonight. Sean, KA3UFV, thanks for checking in tonight. Steve, we got you checked in via YouTube over there. KM6VAY, thanks for checking in tonight. And right off when I called for check-ins, there was a very, very scratchy signal and could not make head nor tails of that one. So if you called in when I called for check-ins and I have not acknowledged you, I heard you, but I have no idea who. It was pretty garbled and pretty staticky, and I could not copy. We got KY4NB checking in, Kevin, over on NetLogger, so thanks for that, Kevin. We got you on the list. The other station that I did miss, if you could come back and other people on here, see if we can tune him in and get him checked in. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Okay, if I haven't acknowledged your call, I do apologize. If you have NetLogger or YouTube, or you want to send me an email, that would be fine as well. ki0ar@ki0ar.com. Yeah, Moy, I heard nothing too, but when I first called for check-ins, I heard some scratchy noise. I knew there was somebody trying to check in, but I couldn't make that out. So if you have either of those ways to check in, I'll get you on the list. The direct connect for Echo Link, the direct node into the SkyHub Link system, skyhublink.com. Check that out. Our direct node is 985839. That's the best way to check into the SkyHub link via Echo Link. All right, so where am I? Apologize. Trying to just figure out what's next on the agenda. There we go. Oh yeah. Okay. Bring that up. Sorry about that. ISS passes. For those of you who are interested in ISS passes over your local area, I'm posting that over on YouTube as well. You may want to check out this particular website, www.heavens-above.com. That's www.heavens-above.com. One reason I like this particular site as opposed to using my cell phone or my iPad is I will click on a particular pass over the area. Right now it looks like we're in the Denver area. We're getting back to morning passes a little bit later in the month. But I can pop up, I can click on a particular date and pop up a nice star chart of, now I need to do some work on my presentation over there. I need to pull that to the front. A nice star chart of the particular ISS pass. and I can actually go ahead and print that out. As you can see, I got a nice big star chart. I can print that out, make doodles on it, take that outside, ball it up, drop it on the ground, stomp on it a little bit, and nothing will break. I can unfold it and flatten it out, and it'll still be a nice star chart telling me where the satellite is. I can't exactly do that with a cell phone or an iPad or something like that. So that's one reason. It's got a lot of information on this particular site, www.heavens-above.com. I do recommend you sign up for it, put in your home coordinates, and you get more accurate readings and plottings and timings for those particular events. It's got a whole bunch of stuff, as well as you can look at all of the ISS passes as well for a particular time. Time or date as well, what you're looking for, so you can actually listen for it or communicate with it. How about that? So there you go, and it's got a lot more stuff than just the ISS passes. And I'm showing that over on YouTube, so hopefully you get to see what's going on with that. And that's it for that bulletin. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. All right, I was looking for some articles. I wasn't finding. I wanted to find. I usually try to find stuff that's up in space rather than up in space looking at Earth. I actually had one of those, which was kind of interesting, but very, very short. But this one from Science News, ScienceDaily.com, dated June 6th. From Tokyo Metropolitan University. So astronomy is being done all over the world for sure. Tiny X-ray telescope could unlock the moon's hidden chemistry. Researchers at Tokyo Metropolitan University have used simulations to show that a small, newly developed X-ray telescope could help create a chemical map of the entire lunar surface. Such a map would be a major step toward understanding how the moon formed, changed, and evolved over time. Their detailed modeling, which included both the telescope detector and a realistic moon orbiting satellite mission, suggests that one telescope could map 5 important elements in about 2 years. A larger 5x5 array of detectors could produce sharper maps and complete the work more quickly. Mapping the moon's chemistry. The moon's geological history is still not fully understood. One major reason is that scientists do not yet have a complete geochemical map of the lunar surface, because researchers cannot simply collect samples from every part of the moon. They must rely on remote sensing methods. One of these methods is X-ray fluorescence imaging. In this approach, detectors are pointed at the moon to capture X-rays emitted by specific elements after they are struck by solar radiation. Those signals can help reveal which elements are present across different regions of the surface. Why complete lunar maps are difficult. Earlier observations from the Apollo and Chandrayaan missions produced useful partial maps, but a full global map is still missing. Creating one is technically difficult for several reasons. Missions have limited time to gather enough sunlight-driven X-ray signals, and detectors can degrade during long periods in space. The problem is especially difficult near the moon's poles. In these regions, solar X-rays are weaker, which makes it harder to collect the signals needed to identify surface elements. A compact X-ray telescope for lunar orbit. To address these obstacles, the team led by Ari Toida and Professor Yuichiro Izoi of Tokyo Metropolitan University has proposed using a compact X-ray telescope on a satellite orbiting the moon. The telescope would allow wide area observations of the lunar surface during strong solar flares, when the sun provides more intense X-ray illumination. Traditional X-ray telescopes are often too large and heavy for this type of mission. By contrast, the team's compact telescope was originally designed for studying Earth's magnetosphere and weighs less than 10 kilograms. Its small size could make it practical for long-term lunar satellite observations. The detector has also been tested in radiation conditions far harsher than those expected in lunar orbit. That durability could support robust, wide-area, high-resolution imaging over an extended mission. Simulations show a path to a full moon map. The researchers then added the telescope's specifications into a numerical simulation to test whether a satellite mission could successfully map the moon. Assuming 300 solar flares per year and a single telescope aboard a moon-orbiting satellite, the simulation showed that the whole lunar surface could be mapped for 5 elements: oxygen, iron, magnesium, aluminum, and silicon in 2 years, using a grid size of 70 by 70 kilometers. Because the telescope is so compact, the team also examined a satellite carrying a 5 by 5 array of telescopes. According to the simulations, this 25 telescope system could reduce the mission time to 1 year with 2 years of operation. It could also map sodium while improving the grid size to 30 by 30 kilometers. A new window into lunar geology. If either mission concept becomes reality, it would produce the first complete map of elemental abundance across the entire moon. That achievement would give scientists a powerful new tool for studying lunar geology and reconstructing the moon's long and complex history. This work was supported by JSPS Kakenhi Grant number 21H04972. And that is it for the bulletins for this evening. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and call on Ed, W6RDZ, to give the rocket report for this evening. W6RDZ, this is KI0AR. Are you ready to give the rocket report, Ed? Go ahead.
Good evening, Murph. This is W6RDZ, your rocket man. Yeah, I've got the rocket report ready to go. Can you give me a signal report, please?
You are a solid copy, Ed. Please go ahead with the rocket report. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
Good evening again to the net. This is W6RDZ with the rocket report for this evening. This is June Last week we had 7 orbital launches, 4 Starlink missions, and 3 Chinese launches. The first one was on Wednesday, June 3rd. SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 1047 from Slick 4E Vandenberg Space Force Base in California. Second launch was on Tuesday, June 4th. SpaceX successfully launched Starlink Group 10-34 from Slick 40 Cape Canaveral Space Force Base in Florida, but almost lost booster. Booster 1090's 12th flight proceeded normally through launch, stage separation, re-entry, and the beginning of the landing burn. However, near the end of the landing burn, one of the 4 grid pins stuck, locked up at its limit near the end of its rotation. Luckily, the low velocity near landing meant that the grid pin did not have much impact on the rocket's trajectory. The engine gimbal was able to compensate, and booster 1090 landed safely on the drone ship. Had the malfunction occurred higher and earlier in the descent, we may have lost the booster. The video is on a link there in the online version, and the grid pin malfunction is plus 8 minutes and 10 seconds on the video. We'll receive the repeater. RGZ back with the rocket report for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Third launch, that was on Thursday, June 4th. China Aerospace and Science Corporation, CASIC, launched a Long March 6 today with the Space Sail Polar Group number 11 mission from LC-9A at the Taiwan Satellite Launch Center in China. Another 18 communication satellites joined the G60 constellation in polar orbit. Fourth launch, Friday, June 5th. CASIC launched the Space Sail Polar Group 12 mission on a Long March 8 rocket from the commercial LC-1 Wenchang Space Launch Site in China. Another 18 communication satellites joined in a polar low Earth orbit. The constellation, that's the G60 constellation, now has more than 200 satellites in orbit. The launch was the 130th launch attempt of 2026. Fifth launch, Saturday, June 6th, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 17-43 from Slick 4E Vandenberg Space Force Base, California. Sixth launch, yesterday, Monday, June 9th, SpaceX launched Starlink Group 1035 from Slick 40 Cape Canaveral. Booster 1067 just turned 5 years old and set a new record of 35 flights with this launch. It was the 645th successful Falcon 9 launch and the 623rd successful. Set the repeater. RGZ back with the rocket report. And finally, for last week's launches this morning, Tuesday, June 9th, Landspace launched the 2x-SatNet BTC test satellite mission atop the Suq-2E rocket from Site 96A at the Jiuquan Satellite Launch Center in China. This is a pair of demonstration satellites for direct-to-cell connection from low Earth orbit for Space Sail and China Mobile. We have 9 launches on the docket for next week. Tomorrow, June 10th at 2200, Rocket Lab is scheduled to launch the Curveball mission on a suborbital electron rocket from Wallops Flight Facility in Virginia. This is likely another hypersonic test bed mission for the U.S. military. Second launch, Thursday. China's CASIC is scheduled to launch a Long March 5 rocket from the Wenchang Satellite Launch Center in China. The payload is not disclosed. Third launch, also on Thursday, the 11th, SpaceX plans to launch Starlink 17-44 from Vandenberg. Looks like we've got 4 launches there on Thursday. And also next Thursday, Japan has rescheduled the launch of their new H3-30S rocket from the Tanegashima Space Center in Japan. This is a test flight of the H3-30 variant of the H3 launch vehicle. Engine, we will reset the repeater there. W6RGZ, back with the rocket report. Yeah, that's a new H3 launch vehicle with 3 LE9 length engines on the first stage and no solid rocket boosters. One payload will be the StarX mission to demonstrate debris capture using a space tether. Additionally, the launch will carry a mass simulator and 5 other small satellites. The launch is scheduled for 1853 Mountain Daylight Time, just prior to the Colorado Astronomy Net. Fifth launch, Friday, June 12th. SpaceX scheduled to launch Starlink Group 1054 on a Falcon 9 from Split Cape Canaveral. Sixth flight, Sunday, June 13th. China's aerospace intends to launch an undisclosed payload from the Jiquan Satellite Launch Center, China, on a Kinetica 1 rocket. Monday, June 15th, SpaceX hopes to launch Starlink Group 17-54 on a Falcon 9 from Vandenberg. Also on Monday, June 15th, at 1400 Mountain Daylight Time, Germany's ISAR will try again to launch the onward and upward mission of their new Spectrum rocket from the Endoya rocket range in Norway, Nordland, Norway. ISAR attempted the second launch 2 months ago, but had to be scrubbed. Before that, the rocket's first launch failed spectacularly when a pressure relief valve stuck open. Best wishes for a successful orbital launch this time. And number 9, finally on Tuesday, June, plans to launch a Long March 3D from the Xichang Satellite Launch Center, China. The mission and payload. W6RGZ, back with the rocket report. I may have squeezed that too long. I might have timed out. All right. 3 headlines here in the space news today. NASA named 4 Artemis 3 astronauts to test lunar landers in low Earth orbit. The 4 are NASA astronauts and lander specialist Andre Douglas, Italian European Space Agency astronaut and pilot Luca Parmigiano, and NASA astronaut Commander Randy Resnick and lander specialist Frank Rubio. The NASA Artemis 3 mission in low Earth orbit will test integrated operations between the Orion spacecraft and both commercial landers from SpaceX and Blue Origin. Second item, Space News reports Amazon no longer faces a July 30th cutoff for deploying half of its 3,232 LEO broadband satellites. The FCC reprieve comes with temporary loss of spectrum priority that could give SpaceX more leverage in orbit. And June 5th, 5 of the 7 crew aboard the ISS sheltered in the Crew Dragon spacecraft while the 2 Russian cosmonauts attempted repairs on the airway in the Russian segment. Roscosmos decided to postpone the repairs and use sealant W6RDC back with the rocket report. Last news item, we're talking about the air leaks in the ISS in the Russian section. The leaks have been a problem in the past, and recently were thought to be under control. The situation changed in the past 2 days due to new leaks. All right, there are more links there to read about any of those three subjects in the online report. That's it for tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net's rocket report. This is W6RDZ. Rocketman Ed wishing you a good night and nominal flight. Now, back to Starman Burns, KI0AR, net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net.
All right, Ed, thanks for the rocket report tonight. I do appreciate it. Let's see. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Looking for a couple other check-ins. We had Robert AA5AH check-in. So we got you on the list, Robert. And Chuck, we got you on the list. WB4AIZ, thanks for checking in tonight as well. I'm looking, I don't see anything over on YouTube. Anyone else new on YouTube, definitely say hey in the chat and I'll get you checked in. No worries, but right now I'll call for more check-ins. Anyone else wishing to check in to tonight's Colorado Astronomy Net, please call with your call sign phonetically twice.
Kilo Delta Zero, Quebec, Foxtrot, Alpha. Kyle and Highlands Ranch. Kilo Delta Zero, Quebec, Foxtrot, Alpha. Kyle and Highlands Ranch, Colorado.
Okay, good evening to you, Kyle. KD0QFA. I'm also at Highlands Ranch myself. Welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. That looks like it's a new call, so always like to welcome aboard my first-time check-ins. My name is Bernus. That's Bravo Uniform Romeo November Echo Sierra Sierra. Call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. Been doing the net for like 30 years here in the ranch. And always like to touch base with my first timers, find out what your interest background in astronomy is, whether you're just starting out wondering what those specks of light are up in the skies, or you could teach me a thing or two about astronomy as well. So, or somewhere in between, what your interests might be, like astrophotography or just observational photography, chasing comets, looking at meteors, that kind of thing. So Kyle, welcome to the net. KD0QFA, tell us a little bit about your background interest in astronomy. Go ahead.
KD0QFA. First, let me find out if you guys hear me okay. My audio coming through all right? I want to make sure my friends can hear me before I start talking.
Kyle, you're solid copy. Please go ahead.
Well, the first experience with astronomy was about this time last year when I looked up at the sky and I told my wife, I wonder what that star is. It can't be Jupiter. Turned out to be Jupiter. sense. Other than that, the extent of my astronomy goes with science fiction, trying to figure out where these planets are in sci-fi stories, find out where they are in reality. 80 QFA.
All right, Kyle, no worries. This is a learning net, and I tell everybody on here, I've been doing it for 30 years. I learn something new every net myself. So there you go. Questions are definitely appreciated. In fact, after I finish talking with you right here, I'm going to go down the list. So I'll get back to you as well. But again, welcome. We have all levels of experience on the net here, from those that are just starting out, or those that have been doing kind of things for decades for sure. Okay, now's the time for everyone else to contribute to the net. Those of you who are over on, let's see, over on YouTube, if you want to post any questions or comments that you'd like to pass along to the net, I'll get them on the air as I see them. Let's see. I'll go ahead and acknowledge Doug K0ATP over there, checked in, so listening in. So no worries, Doug. We got you on the list. But questions, comments, observation reports. I always like to hear what you guys are looking at up in the skies. As well, and if you got any questions about what you're looking up at the skies, hopefully maybe help you out as well. But anything else you'd like to pass along to the net, now's the time to do it. First on the list tonight is John up in Ohio, W2JLS. Good evening to you, John. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
AR, Mr. Bonus, thank you for having me. This is W2JLS out in Fairlawn, Ohio. I did connect our local repeater, our president, Nick, KD8SLG, connected us around 9:30 after club net ended. Thank you, Nick. So we're being broadcast from the repeater in addition to sources elsewhere for sure. Here tonight, this moment in space and astronomy history was going to take a little bit of a liberty. This is going back to June of 1752. The liberty is it's maybe not exactly space or astronomy, but definitely sky related, and tying back to one of the most famous June stories in the history of science that we don't think about maybe as much as we used to. So please humor me for taking the liberty here. So this is the story of Ben Franklin, the kite, the key, and the thunderstorm. Like many famous stories, the school book version gets polished over time. Not quite as crazy as the George Washington cutting down the cherry tree, but the popular version is definitely mythologized. Franklin did not discover electricity, but he did. He flew his kite, and it was almost certainly not struck by lightning. That was probably not going to be a good ending for Ben if it did go down that way, but it probably didn't. So what probably really happened, as history records it more directly, that the setup was really pretty simple. Franklin had a silk kite, lifted off into stormy air, a wire reaching upward, a wet string helping to conduct charge downward, a metal key near the lower end of the sunlight, and Franklin wisely partly insulated by a dry silk ribbon, all standing under cover. According to the account, the storm cloud passed overhead, loose fibers of the string began to stand out, so Franklin brought his knuckle near the key, and then a spark jumped. So I think both a spark jumped from the key to Franklin's knuckle. So motion, a popular version of an understanding of what was going on in the sky. It helped change how we understood, what was going on there, the relationship with lightning becoming less of an omen, more of a physical phenomenon, and defining electricity in new context popularly. And for those in amateur radio, the story has kind of a familiar feel. Wire in the air, charge in the atmosphere, insulation, grounding, and we all have a healthy respect for lightning in the ham community. So today I thought it'd be fun to kind of just reflect on this. Franklin, not the man who caught lightning with a bolt, but maybe kind of helped to deal with his experiment, reveal the sky as electrical. I thought too, this was 1752 when Franklin did this, and it was in June, maybe not exactly tonight. The history doesn't record that so clearly. It was like the 10th of June in some accounts. Today is June 9th, but that was 1752. To put it into perspective, Alexander Volta, 1800s, electricity becomes current and batteries, etc. Moore said 1820, current in a wire moves a compass needle, electricity and magnetism get linked. 1831, Faraday, changing magnetism creates current, the foundation of generators and transformers, and so many other things. The Tesla kind of revolutionized later some of that stuff. But then Maxwell, 1860s, and then 1880s into 1890s, Hertz spark gap experiments. And then think about us, 1890s to 1900s, amateur wireless experimenters start building home stations. 1901, Marconi transatlantic wireless signals adds drama to public imagination. And then in 1912, U.S. amateur radio becomes licensed and regulated. Kind of neat. So anyway, just thought I'd share that today as a reflection in the history of maybe not astronomy in space, but the sky. Does kind of touch into our realm of amateur radio. So anyway, Burris, thanks for having me in there tonight. W2JLS passing it back. Good evening, everybody.
All right, John, appreciate you sharing that with us. Always being a history buff. It's interesting that you brought that up, so I do appreciate that. Appreciate your comments, appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Ken, NB7SS out in Nevada. Good evening to you, Ken. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, good evening there, Ernest. November Victor 7 Sierra here in Indian Springs, Nevada, where it's been a little bit cloudy in the evening, so I couldn't really do much observations there, but when it was a little bit clear, man, I tell you, those planets are nice and bright out there, I tell you. Really nice sight out there. But anyway, I sent you an email there, Bernus, about a exoplanet, TOI 1452b. It was discovered in 2022, and it's a water world. It's bigger than the Earth. It's 100 light years away, and they discovered it, and it's completely surrounded in water. And I thought it was kind of interesting, so I sent it to you there. I don't know if you've ever heard about that planet, or exoplanet rather, but it was a little bit interesting story there. So I thought I'd send that to you. Anyway, Bernus, thanks for being there. Enjoy listening to you and all the comments on the radio there. You take care until next time there, Bernus. KI0AR, NV7SS.
All right, Ken, appreciate that. Yeah, I'm looking at my email. I just searched for searched for you. I don't have anything in my email since April 20th on the Voyager 1 there. So don't know exactly which email you're sending it to, but I let's see, I didn't get it. So or at least I haven't gotten it yet. Um, you can send it to ki0ar@me.com, me.com. You can try that one. That seems to be working better. My Comcast one, it doesn't work. And Comcast and Yahoo have conspired against me, and I seem to get those emails late. Especially since Comcast has switched over to Yahoo, so I'm not sure if you're sending them there or not, but try that. Or if you got a link, you can post that into the NetLogger AIM window there.
Yeah, Bernice, I sent it to your email that's on your QRZ page. That's the one I used on it. So I used a direct click on it, and it went to my email, and I sent it right out the bat. So that might be the one you need to check, the one on your QRZ page, NV7SS.
Okay, that's ARRL.net. So yeah, that may take a while for that to run through their system. I'm not exactly sure how that does it, but it should be instantaneous, but I don't think it is. But I'll keep an ear out. That should go to the other address I just gave you. So there you go. That would be the direct one. All right, no worries. Ken, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you sending that. I'll check that out if or when I'll get it, and appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is, okay, Randall up in Washington, checked in and out, AE7RJ, so thanks for that. Go down to Moy down in Texas, N5ZIQ. Good evening to you, Moy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, Bernice. N5 ZIQ Moy down here in Houston. Just wanted to let you know we appreciate you always taking care of this net and guiding us in our learning, which I have vowed to try and continue doing every day. But I wanted to mention, you mentioned that there was an X-ray fluorescence technology being used to identify elemental analysis of the moon. And I think there's a really good example of that. Is I've used that in industrial metals identification for years for our engineering department, and it's a very useful and accurate method, which will help determine the elements that the target that you're trying to identify there. So that is a real good idea to try and continue using that. I hope they can do that. Just watching Venus and Jupiter coming across the sky here in the evening, but then kind of getting some clouds out of the way, so it's kind of continuing down towards the west and getting difficult to see now. But anyway, thanks again for doing that, Mr. Burris, and we'll talk with you later. And also wanted to say kudos to Mr. John there for his historical lesson. And that's touched on several things that I think we as hams and myself, we can all benefit from there too. Take care, guys. Have a great evening. We'll see you next time. This is N5 ZIQ Moy down here in Houston, Texas. I'll be there.
All right, Moy, appreciate you sharing that with us. And yeah, kind of neat that you were working on it as well. So yeah, let's see. We'll keep an ear out and see what Japan does. And and maybe they'll get some small sats orbiting the moon there and figuring out and mapping it elementally, so to speak. We'll look forward to seeing if that comes to fruition. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Moy. Next on the list is Ed, W6RDZ in Broomfield. Good evening to you, Ed. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening again, Burns. Good evening to the Nat. Thanks so much for doing the Nat. Just the greatest Nat. Love contributing. And yes, I also like John's historical tidbits there. Love that. That's really all I had. Did enjoy the blue moon we had. I got to see that. But that's it as far as observation goes. W6RDZ, back to you.
All right, Ed, as always, do appreciate you doing the Rocket Report. Appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Jack, KE0VH in Wheat Ridge. Good evening to you, Jack. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Yeah, Bruce, good evening to everybody around the net. Good to hear you tonight. Thanks for using the SkyHub link system. Yes, Berners mentioned earlier, I will be doing a flight tomorrow night from Denver to Minneapolis to coincide with my real flight on Thursday to Minneapolis for the Flight Sim Expo. Flight Sim Expo is a gathering of flight simulators and all kinds of vendors for things flight simulation, and it's really awesome. So if you get a chance, you want to look at that, flightsimexpo.com. But I'll be going there. You know, Hamvention was a while back. Now I'm going to Flight Sim Expo, so that's fun. Not really anything astronomical to report to the group, but thank you for using SkyHub Link and for being a part of this great community that Berners has had going for so many, many years. So in the meantime, Berners, back to you, 7-3. Have a great night, and we'll catch up with you maybe tomorrow night during that live stream. 7-3 from KE0VH in Wheat Ridge.
All right, Jack. Yeah, well, I look forward to hearing your stories after you get back, for sure. Appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Hopefully, I'll be doing this for another 30 years. We'll see what medical science will do. Keep me going till age 99. Wow. See, we're gonna make it to 100. So another 31 years. I might have to start looking for someone else to take over the Colorado Astronomy Net in the next decade or two. We'll see. All right, Jack, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is David up in Ohio, WE8M. Good evening to you, David. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
This is WE8M. Good evening to everyone on that. I'm not really able to share anything. I'm kind of multitasking with being an activating station with the Lewis and Clark event, so I'm kind of have to keep most of my attention on that. So anyway, 73, back from that. WE8M.
All right, David. Yeah, definitely keep track of that. Appreciate your comments and appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list, Graham in Scotland, MM1DEA, checked in via YouTube. Don't know if he's still there. Probably not. It's kind of late there. It's almost 3 a.m. No, almost 4 a.m. over there. But definitely appreciate have him listening and on board this evening as well. So thanks for that, Graham. Mike, let's see, KO5AOK in Oklahoma posted some, let's see, what did he say? Uploaded some of the daytime Arietid meteor shower RF scatter captures for 7, 8, and 9 June on his YouTube channel. 3 videos showing the pings and sometimes much longer RF scatter reception. Got that, let's see, got them pulled up. I'm going to see, just give me a second. If he's got audio with this, I'm going to play that for you so you can see what that sounds like. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Just going to pull that up. I want to hear it first over without sending it over the airwaves. See, those of you who are on YouTube will hear it, so just a sec. Okay, I may not be able to play those over. Let's see, may not be able to play those over the airwaves because they were very, very quiet. But if you want to check out Mike's channel, I will post his link in the NetLogger and over on YouTube as well, so you can listen in. Yeah, I just heard a little bit of static there, Mike. Let me try the other ones. The other two, they're kind of short. You know, there we go. I see some bigger spikes. Let me play those and see what happens. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Yeah, there, I'll play that one. This is KI0AR playing Mike K0 KO5 AOK. I keep wanting to say zeros as O's or O's as zeros. Oh, sorry about that. Habit. This has some interesting audio, so I'm going to play this. On his daytime Arietid meteor shower using SDR tuned to 55.240 megahertz, receiving meteor scatter RF. This is about a minute long, so we'll see how it comes over on the radio. You will. I did post those links over on on YouTube and in the NetLogger, but for those of you who don't have either of those, I'll play them over the air. So listen up. Here they come. This is KI0AR. Okay, you could definitely hear the increase in volume over that tone there. That was the first one. Let me go to the second one. And play that one, same thing. Let's see what this one sounds like. All right, we'll go for it in just a sec. Here we go. Okay, thanks for that, Mike. I appreciate it. Hopefully, those of you who are listening and heard that, you can definitely hear the increase in volume from the carrier that he recorded. And then the fade out. That's meteor scatter. You'll hear the the signal as it bounces off the ionized trail of the meteor, increase in volume, and then decrease again as that ionized trail fades. Michael, we got you checked in over on YouTube K7VWP, so we'll get to you in a bit. But appreciate that, Mike. Appreciate you sharing that with us. So hopefully everybody on YouTube also got to hear that, or you want to listen in to Mike's direct channel. Again, thanks for checking in tonight, Mike, and providing those meteor scatter sound bites. Appreciate that. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list, John KJ7AGQ over on YouTube. If you've got anything over there, you can post there. I'll pass that along as well. Next on the list is Doug in Idaho, KM7DWB. Good evening to you, Doug. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. And we got Steve Robolino over on YouTube checked in. So Steve, no call yet. So again, thanks for checking in tonight over on YouTube. Hopefully you're listening as well. If you got any questions, that's fine too. Next on the list is Mark in Crook, KF0VXO. Good evening to you, Mark. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Bruce in Snyder, KC0EFS. Good evening to you, Bruce. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Roy up in Oregon, KI7PKL. Good evening to you, Roy. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Glories are releasing everybody on the net. Well, hey, look at the cloudy skies again tonight. Just a little windy, but you never can tell about these things. Sometimes the weather forecast promises you wonderful, clear skies, and the day arrives and it kind of reneges. But we're supposed to have maybe 3 or 4 nights of clear skies coming up, so I've got my fingers crossed. And as much as I'd like to use some more narrowband stuff, man, it's been a terrible spring. Just haven't had much for clear skies. But I would like to put the full one-shot color camera on, do some white field stuff. So trying to get some more data on the Lagoon Nebula. Last year I got 26 minutes of data a night as it dodged between the three towers. So maybe we can get a few more nights of that. And maybe some other stuff. I don't know. But anyway, thanks for taking my chicken. Thanks for a great net. And we'll send it back to you. KS up. Be careful.
All right, Roy, glad you got some imaging in, and hopefully the skies will clear up for you, and you'll get some good sights, good images for sure. And I appreciate using your camera system as one of my images in my newsletter. So hopefully you like that for sure. But that was definitely neat. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Roy. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is Dustin, K0BF. Good evening to you, Dustin. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Michael up in New York over on YouTube, KE2FTG. Good evening to you, Michael, over on YouTube. If you've got anything over you would like to pass along to the net, you can post that over in the chat window. Next on the list, Bob down in Texas, KJ5JOM. Good evening to you, Bob. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Sean in Nevada, KA3UFV. Good evening to you, Sean. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Okay, Patrick, KR4MLJ over on YouTube. Got you on the list. If you've got anything you want to pass along, you could post that over in the over in the chat window there. I do appreciate that. I'll pass. We're going down the list. We're getting there. But I got you on the list there, Patrick. Next on the list is Steve up in Fort Collins, KM6VAY. Good evening to you, Steve. I'll see if you're on. Go ahead. What have you got for us tonight? Go ahead. All right, Paul, we got you on the list. WA7GBL, thanks for posting over on YouTube. Same with you if you've got anything you want to pass along. And let's see who else. Got some check-ins over on YouTube. So right now I'm just watching those pop up and putting them at the end of the list. So let me see. I'm just checking some of these things. Yeah, okay. Devin, we got you on the list. KN6FQY. Never too late for the Colorado Astronomy Net. You can check in whenever I call, I should say. You can definitely post that over in a NetLogger on YouTube. I'll get you checked in right away. So no worries about that. Just glad to have all of y'all here. Where was I? Kevin in Tennessee, KY4NB. Good evening to you, Kevin. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
What's up there, Barnes, and everybody on the Astronomy Net, KY4NB here, Elvis Barbecue Land. Well, I'm looking for Venus and Jupiter in conjunction together. I guess I'm going to have to go out the front door. I think the neighbor's house is blocking the view. Anyway, we saw it earlier tonight, and it's awesome there, those planets in conjunction. So it's a rare occurrence. They were pretty bright in the sky. I just remember being in Colorado some years ago, and I just looked up in the sky and all the stars. It's awesome. So, y'all got great views out west there when you don't have a lot of light pollution. So, anyway, thanks for taking my check-in, and I'm looking up at the sky now, looking for some. There's lots of stars. I can still see them up there in Memphis. Back over to you, Barnum. Thanks for doing the net. We appreciate it. KY4NB back to net control.
All right, Kevin, if you've got a very, very flat horizon to the west, you might see them. They probably already set. Jupiter at, let's see, 10:56, and yeah, it's about that time now, your time, and Venus 9 minutes later at 11:05. So I know it's 9, 10, 11. Yeah, it's almost 11 o'clock there. So yeah, it's 8:55 here. So Jupiter's going to be sitting right on the edge, just getting ready to set, and Venus just a few minutes behind. So hopefully you've got a flat horizon, but you may have missed them for this evening. They'll be fairly close tomorrow, so you haven't totally missed the conjunction. They're just not quite as close. They're about a little over 3 full moon widths. Distant, and Jupiter just north of Venus, which means it's to the as you're looking at the western horizon, it'll be Jupiter will be the dimmer one towards the right of Venus as you're looking at it. Okay, got a text from my buddy down in Texas, Richard KB9CSP, so he's checking in as well. So we'll get to him towards the end of the list. All right, Kevin, appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Hopefully, you'll find Venus and Jupiter. Go out about 7, a little after sunset, and you'll see them bright in the sky. They'll be the first two objects that are going to pop up at you and look towards the west. So you haven't missed them. You just kind of missed the conjunction there. Yeah, Jupiter's already set for you, and you got a few more minutes before Venus goes below the horizon there. Appreciate you checking in. Appreciate your comments there, Kevin. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list is Robert down in Texas, AA5AH. Good evening to you, Robert. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
I don't have a whole lot. Just enjoy listening to the net. I hope to in November our scuba group's going down to Belmar State Park, and there's McDonald Observatory, so I want to look at through those telescopes there when it's real clear. So I plan to do that. So I'm looking forward to that. That's all I have for the net. AA5AH.
All right, Robert. Yeah, it'd be neat to go down to see the McDonald Observatory. So enjoy that trip for sure. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Next on the list is Chuck down in Florida, WB4AIZ. Good evening to you, Chuck. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Kyle in Highlands Ranch, KD0QFA. Good evening to you, Kyle. Again, welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm just looking at the map. You're about halfway between me and 85 there, almost on a straight line. So there you go. So we're pretty close. Good evening to you, Kyle. Again, welcome. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list is Doug in Parker, K0ATP. Good evening to you, Doug. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Okay, next bunch. Over on YouTube, we got Michael in Utah, K7VWP. Thanks for checking in. Any comments you can post over in the chat window there. Patrick, KR4MLJ, same to you. If you want to post over there as well. Any questions you might have, so I do appreciate you checking in there. Let's see, getting some questions over on YouTube. Do I have you on the list? There we go. I think I got all that on the list already. I'll see. Yep. All right. Who's next? Who's next? We got Paul in Utah. WA7GVL. Good evening to you, Paul. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Well, good evening to you. Good evening to the net. I actually have been monitoring the net the entire time, but I just cannot get NetLogger to work. I've given up on it, so I logged in on YouTube, and using my Skyview app, I can see where Jupiter and Venus are, and it looks like just the edge, the very edge of Jupiter is partially blocked by the moon. But if the world wasn't in the way, I'd be able to see all three of them. So that's all I've got. WA7GVL, Cedar City, Utah.
All right, Paul. You bet. And then you're seeing just the edge of it, so it's very, very close. So that's actually a great time to take a look. See that? Let's see. Actually, it's the moon occults Venus, so that might be Venus that you might. Well, Venus would be not quite for you. You're in Utah, so I don't think it's quite set there. Yeah, keep an eye on both of those real close to the moon there, and watch the moon. Oh, wait a second. The moon is in third quarter. No, you're not going to see that. So I'm not sure what's blocking it. We got the third quarter yesterday, so that's in the morning sky. So we're not seeing the moon occulting Jupiter tonight. That's for sure. But oh, let's see. But do appreciate you taking a look out in the skies and see what's going on, and appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight there, Paul. This is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Devin over in Tennessee, KN6FQY over on YouTube. Thanks for checking in tonight. Richard, WB9CSP, don't know if you're on Echolink. Go ahead. Good evening to you, Richard. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Oh, Paul, by the way, I do see you on NetLogger. I got you monitoring there. I saw you pop up over the AIM window as well, so I don't know what's going on, but I definitely got you over there. Checked in via NetLogger for sure there, Paul. Let's see. Next on the list, Mark up in Ohio, KC8FQV. Good evening to you, Mark. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
All right, case okay. Not a lot. Just here and left. I didn't catch the whole thing, but I did hear you talk about there that thing on the something you had recorded and you couldn't get it to play out very well, but I got on the Facebook on the NetLogger screen, so I'll get that pulled and I'll go over there and take a look at it sometime. But no, nothing else. I do see a lot of Ohio stations that are getting into you guys now. Of course, Doylestown, we had our net and they connected after that. So I'll just send it back to net control, KCF-TV.
All right, Mike, Mark. Well, I'm saying Mike. I'm looking at a mic and saying a Mark. Okay, or vice versa. Sorry, I'm looking at a Mark and saying a Mike. Mark, appreciate your comments. Yeah, got a bunch of. We're connected to one of the repeaters. What is it? What did he say? Which repeater you're connected to? I know it was up there somewhere. The W8 WKY repeater in Doylestown, Ohio, is connected to the Skyhub Link system tonight. There, Mark. So I do appreciate everybody from Ohio checking in for sure. Greg, KC8GW, over on YouTube. Thanks for checking in tonight. We got, okay, K7 VWP. There you go. All right, just looking at the comments there. Oh, okay. What do you guys comment? Okay, SpaceX IPO. Okay, we're not going to talk finance here tonight, but we'll see. We'll see what the shares come out, and I'll talk to my broker. Who knows? But let's see. Yeah, we got everybody. I think we're done with the list now. So a good turnout. Anybody, I'm going to go ahead and open up the net. This is KI0AR net control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'll go ahead and open up the net for anybody else. Questions, comments, late check-ins, please call KI0AR now.
Yeah, Whiskey Niner Bravo Papa Zulu. Whiskey Niner Bravo Papa Zulu. Yeah, just checking in. I've been enjoying you. Thank you. Over.
Okay, November Golf Alpha. Speaking in and out, please.
Eric in Albany, New York. In and out, just checking in.
Okay, I might have doubled with some of you, you guys, the in and out stations. I'd like to get you on the list, especially if you've been listening in to the net tonight. Heard a New York station in there. I should have asked for call signs phonetically twice. That way I can. These are old ears, and I'm a little quick on the trigger sometimes on this too as well. So we got Don, W9BPZ. Thanks for checking in tonight. The other couple of stations, if you could come back with your call signs phonetically twice, I'll get you on the list. Appreciate it.
Kilo 7, Mike, Lima, India. Kilo 7, Mike, Lima, India.
Victor Kilo 4, November Golf Alpha. Victor Kilo 4, November Golf Alpha. In and out, please.
Oh, nice double there. I think I had a Victor Golf Alpha, or let's see, I got Vic. Oh, got Vic on the list. I know who's out there with him. K7MLI. Appreciate you checking in tonight. I think there was a VGA station out there. If you could come back with your call again, I'll get you on the list. Go ahead.
Victor Kilo 4, November Golf
Alpha, Victor Kilo 4, November Golf Alpha, in and out. Thanks for running the net.
Kilo Juliet 7, Quebec Golf Foxtrot. Kilo Juliet 7, Quebec Golf Foxtrot.
Okay, Gilbert, we got you on the list from Australia. VK4 VGA, thanks for checking in tonight. That's a new call on the list, so welcome to the Colorado Astronomy Net. I might not let you get off so easy by going in and out, because I like to talk to my first time check-ins and find out a little bit more about you. Find out about what's your interest, background in astronomy, and I love to hear astronomical reports from down under for sure. I'm going to get back with you in just a sec. I'm going to acknowledge Susan, KJ7QGF, thanks for checking in. Gilbert in Australia, VK4 VGA. If you don't mind, I'd love to hear you share with us what your interest, background in astronomy is. Please go ahead.
I just want to clarify the call sign. It's Victor Kilo 4, November Golf Alpha. Victor Kilo 4, November Golf Alpha. I'm actually mobile, heading home. It's just 1:13 p.m. in the afternoon. I'll be on the Astronomy Net for the first time. I've never checked in. I'm normally not on the radio at this time of the day, but I've got a lot of interest in the subject. Probably too much to talk about in one over, but I'll be in the car for another 30 minutes, so I'll be at least listening that long. Thanks very much for checking me in. My name is Glenn Golfley, Echo November. Back to net.
All right, Glenn, we got you, and thanks for the correction on the call for sure. Again, welcome to the net. We start 2 hours earlier, so 0100 Zulu for you there in Australia. So whatever 2 hours and 15 minutes earlier than right now is. That's when we usually meet on Tuesday. Well, yeah, it'd be Wednesdays for you. But yeah, thanks for joining us and allowing us to ride along with you there. And thanks for listening in for the last half hour or so. So there you go. VK4NGA. Again, my name is Bernice. That's Bravo, Uniform, Romeo, November, Echo, Sierra, Sierra, and the call sign Kilowatt India 0 Alpha Romeo. So thanks for checking in tonight. Appreciate it. And hopefully we'll hear from stories from down under about what's up in the skies. We're going to go back to Don. W9BPZ. Good evening to you, Don. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead. Next on the list, Vic, K7MLI down in Arizona. Good evening to you, Vic. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
Good evening, Bruce. K7MLA here. Still a little bit of twilight in Cave Creek, Arizona. Clear skies, so I expect later on we'll be able to see a few interesting things. Anyway, good evening to you, and thank you for the net.
right, Vic. Yeah, keep an eye out for Venus and Jupiter very low on the horizon. Maybe very, very low on the horizon. You may be able to see them. Setting together this evening or pretty close to it. But yeah, appreciate you checking in. Appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Vic, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. Next on the list, Susan, also down in Arizona. KJ7QGF. Good evening to you, Susan. What have you got for the net tonight? Go ahead.
KJ7QGF. KJ7QGF. Good evening, Venus. We're just seeing a lot of bright lights over the mountains. Up in Cape Creek, we're surrounded by mountains on every direction. And in the night, we see some very, very bright stars, just a few, not many others, just the most bright ones. And of course, we're even into 102 degrees here. But the night time is the best time to be up. And so we're always trying to see what stars are. This is Kilo Julius 7 about Astra. Good evening.
All right, Susan. Yeah, stay cool down there. And yeah, I understand you're surrounded by mountains there. So yeah, you may have to get out a little earlier to see Jupiter and Saturn as they set over your peaks over there. So appreciate your comments. Appreciate you checking in tonight. Eric in New York, W2HAZ, checking in over on YouTube. Appreciate you checking in tonight, Eric. If you've got anything that you'd like to share with the net, you can post over on YouTube there. Let's see, but appreciate you checking in. All right. Okay. Last call. We're running late. Last call for any last minute comments or questions or check-ins. If you are a last minute check-in, please call with your call sign phonetically twice. Anybody else? Questions, comments, late check-ins, please call KI0AR now. Okay, this is KI0AR Net Control for the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'm going to go ahead and wrap up the net for this evening. For those of you who are still over on YouTube, be sure to hit that thumbs up button before you depart for the evening. I'd appreciate that for sure. Right now, I'd like to thank 37 check-ins. Wow, great turnout tonight, guys. I do appreciate it. Hopefully we'll hear from everybody next Tuesday night for another session of the Colorado Astronomy Net. I'd like to thank the Rocky Mountain Radio League for the use of their repeater systems. Also like to thank the SkyHub Link group for the use of their systems as well, and all the many ways that you guys can connect into the Colorado Astronomy Net. Check out skyhublink.com for all the ways that you can do that. So thanks for that. Let's see. With that, I will say 73 and keep looking up. This is KI0AR. I'm clear.